So your chain has fallen off at the front. First thing to do, get off your bike. Key to getting your chain back on is to push down the derailleur at the back and you get a load of slack. Then you can use that to pull up the chain at the front, pop it on the smallest chain ring, the smallest cog, and then you should be able to pedal forwards and it will be back on. Sometimes the chain comes off at the back and gets stuck in between your frame and the rear cogs. In this case, it involves pulling with quite a lot of force to get the chain out. But again, you can give yourself a bit more slack by pushing the derailleur down, and then you might need to really yank it upwards in order to get it off. Sometimes the chain falls off into the wheel, and this can be a bit of a nightmare. Again, you're going to use the derailleur to give yourself some slack, and you're going to pull up from the top and the bottom, and again you might have to really just pull it out of the spokes, but yeah, don't be afraid to yank it out basically. And then you place it back onto one of the cogs, and oh, this one's come off at the front as well. Double test. Great, and then you should be able to again lift up the bike, give it a spin. Hey. So if your chain keeps on falling off the biggest ring into the wheel, you can adjust your limit screws. Now these will be in a different place depending on your derailleur, but they are normally two screws pretty close to each other. So these are mine, and if I look really closely I can see that that's got a little H on it and that's got a little L on it, just in the plastic. You might need to really look, and sometimes they don't have those. Now this is my biggest gear at the back, the one closest to the wheel, so it's my lowest gear. So I'm looking for my little L. So this is my low limit screw, and if I want to stop it from moving into the wheel, I want to restrict the movement of the derailleur, so I'm going to tighten the screw. So just give it a few turns in, maybe one full turn, and then run the bike, change the gears and just check to see if that helps. So if your chain keeps on falling off between the cogs and the frame, then this is my smallest cog at the back, furthest away from the wheel. This is my high gear, so I need to again go to my limit screws, find my little H. This is my high limit screw. If it's falling off, then I need to restrict the movement of the derailleur, so I'm going to turn that screw in the turn. If when I'm then shifting around and cycling around, if I find that actually now it's not going onto my smallest cog, I've maybe just gone too far, so I can back it off a little bit. Not going onto my smallest cog, I've maybe just gone too far, so I can back it off a little bit.